2 minutes after leaving the Las Vegas airport and entering the United States for the first time in my life, I accidentally bumped into this woman and I apologized. She was talking on the phone and said, "Oh, that's fine." And as soon as I turned around, I heard her say behind my back, "Oh my god, I just bumped into this fine ass nigga." And that's when I knew. Only 2 minutes after being in Las Vegas, I just knew I belonged here.
Invisible Nympho has evolved into a fine ass nigga.
So I traveled to Las Vegas for 4 days. Why? I traveled there to spend the weekends together in a mansion with 15 guys that I've met online. And even though we had a gay old time in the house together, and I mean gay in both the old-fashioned sense as well as the modern meaning, that's not necessarily what this video is about. Because besides getting gangbanged by 15 out of shape and not super good looking Americans, this was also the first time that I've actually been to the United States. And the culture shock was pretty big. First of all, Americans speak pretty loud, at least louder than most Europeans, and I felt like I was getting ignored by being quite soft-spoken myself, so I started to speak louder. I don't know what we're yelling about! The sodas and soft drinks are so sweet, like ridiculously sweet compared to the soft drinks in Europe. At the gun range, and I'll speak more on that later, they offered us free Coca-Cola. And as soon as I tasted it, I said to my friend, "What is this? It tastes like syrup," which it did. It literally tasted like syrup. And before, at the diner when we were eating, I ordered some root beer and it was the same thing. It tasted just like syrup. It was unlike anything I've ever tasted and I'm not sure whether I liked it or not. It was just weird. My friend told me that a lot of soda have high fructose corn syrup, and that's what that super sickly sweet flavor I was tasting. He was also surprised when I told him that cola and soft drinks don't taste this weird and sweet in Europe, and that's because high fructose corn syrup is banned in the UK and in Europe. And I can see why, because this shit is pure diabetes in a cup. And most people of the group I was with admitted to not drinking sodas because of this. Guns are fucking scary.
The heart stops 176 forward. Big shadow. Stop good. Alright, now. You ready? Yeah. Get ready. What I want you to do. Yeah. When you get once the plate shatters, you gotta get out of the way. Okay. Go ahead one more time. Okay, not too bad, right? Go ahead, lean forward, hold the trigger down for a little longer. Let it go, just hold it down.
You see that? You see that smile on my instructor's face? That's him laughing his ass off instructing a European dude that's not used to guns. Every time a shot was fired by me or someone else, I flinched like a little bitch. It's scary stuff, but after I got used to it, honestly, it was so much fun. These videos don't replicate how loud these weapons are, and every time you fire one, you just feel the adrenaline set your balls on fire. You fire the handgun, a saw or squad automatic weapon, which apparently is an American version of a Belgian designed gun. So, go Belgium? And of course we fired the AK-47.
Hang on tight with your left hand. Ready? Go for it.
Guns aren't that common in Europe, at least not in Belgium, Portugal and Spain where I've lived for a substantial amount of time. It's not like you can go into a gun range, you pay a fee, sign a waiver and then you can start shooting immediately. So seeing how that's possible in the US, it was a bit of a culture shock, but it was also quite an amazing experience. Yeah, it looks sick, yeah.
Yeah, that's real American desert right there.
Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to visit the Grand Canyon. But since that's in Arizona and I was in Las Vegas, I figured Red Rock Canyon was the next best thing. And it was just epic. And once again, the video I took doesn't really capture how massive it really is. It's glorious. We first went to a casino to get some directions and maps so we could see what to do once we were there, and then we went to the check-in point where you have to pay to get in, which also functioned as a museum for the area. We went past the checkpoint and drove around in the area, and it was just beautiful. I think Americans are really lucky with the outdoors and gorgeous and expansive landscapes that they have. And don't get me wrong, Europe can be beautiful too. I mean, for the last year and a half, I've dedicated my channel to show how beautiful Portugal is, which is where I currently live. But the scale in America is just different. American cities and landscapes are just so much bigger and just more large scale than in Europe. And it's truly humbling to see it in person. Coming here and seeing it makes me realize why so many Americans are patriotic and love their country so much. If I was American, I would defend this beautiful land too if I was from here. So back at the house, I didn't vlog anything because I was just meeting everybody for the first time. And I didn't want to be the weirdo with the camera in everybody's face for the entire 4 days, because it would make just a weird impression considering I've never really met these people in real life before. So basically I arrived in the evening, I brought some port wine from Portugal and met everybody that I've been interacting with on an online forum for several years and immediately got drunk with them. It took about 17 hours in total to get from Portugal to Las Vegas, and I was pretty damn jet lagged for the first 36 hours. On the last day going back to Portugal, it took about 21 hours to get back. It was brutal, but I would 100% do it all over again. In my opinion, I think Americans in general are very friendly people. I admire their work ethic and their can-do attitude towards life. That's pretty much interwoven into their culture. In many parts of Europe, the general stereotype of Americans is that they are loud, rude and obnoxious, but I have to admit I haven't seen that once while I was in Las Vegas or even during my layover in Salt Lake City. I think most Americans were really outgoing, confident and easy to talk to, at least compared to a lot of Europeans who can be really reserved and just closed off. I immediately got along with nearly everyone I met in the house, as if we were already lifelong friends despite only interacting with each other online. Everyone was so welcoming and just warm. So all in all, I thought going to the United States was awesome. Maybe Las Vegas isn't a proper representation of what most of the United States is like, so it might be wise to not make sweeping generalization over a whole group of people, even if it is in a positive way. Having said that, this might be one of the greatest weekends of my life and I can't wait to come back as soon as possible.
Did you